and
Dad,
the
almost
nerves
Dad.
of this trio, because Fortnite, Chino, Pablo, they're also experiencing probably a similar sensation.
And
This is something
and
that
AR
has
and
just
AR
really
that
changed the narrative surrounding the
What
three of these
sucks?
players.
It's almost
we got
worse for
one of
Fordoxy,
our
Pablo, and Chino, though, because they're
subscribers.
kind of, like you said, playing a little different of an early game because they don't have control. Not be as comfortable. They were the ones sneaking around looking for those eliminations in these previous games. It's how they were getting a lot of the surge, but now kind of all eyes are on them. These opponents know where they are. They don't have as many options to sneak up on them again, and it's making it a lot more difficult for them in this last match.
They're drawing that other team so far southwest, likely because they are going to have to fight. If you are going to have a team pursuing you for that long, you want to make sure it's as isolated as possible so you don't risk the third-party endeavor. Definitely seemed to be the intent.
GG's, bro, GG's.
For sure, an uphill battle that they're still trying to scale. Hari, Seti, Cammy, inside the little boxcars, looking for their surge damage wherever applicable. This is still a 180 performance in comparison to how Major 1 Finals ended up for this trio. They're here to remind all of EU that they are still top dogs of the region.
Wait, I just want to
It's good to see them. It's good to see them in that top 7 in qualifying range, like you mentioned. Their major finals performances haven't been looking too hot recently. But you know, they got uncontested, and now once again.
And this 200 I can. Oh, that was the 200 I can play right there.
It was Van.
I chopped that.
They're looking like aggressors. It was Vico and
Yes, it
Venom,
was.
so that is not a team you kind of want to fight against. Fordoxy, Pablo, and Chino now, though, kind of just getting bullied from above.
If you really think about it.
Explode,
You didn't even see it coming.
take the elevation, and now just 2 builds is all that Pablo
You didn't
has.
think about it. Actually, is.
So they're quite literally playing.
You didn't even see it coming. Look at YouTube isn't trying to kill me.
You might have been a little bit overzealous here. Jumps right into the trap. The Fordoxy's team at 7.
I'm just gonna empty out all my loadout and just have a punch shotgun in there.
Shot. Speed has now rolled into the location. Canyon crossing, heating up in the span of seconds.
I know.
Pablo, he's got no builds. He just has to find the eliminations. He needs the siphon materials, whatever they can find in these final moments. They don't want it to be their last. The nerves have got to be at an all-time high here at Takata. But Pablo, Fordoxy, Chino, they're still holding.
Fordoxy?
You saw on the minimap, a full other trio is coming in for the third party, and they knocked down Fordoxy. This is the worst outcome from this fight. They did the damage, but they weren't able to close
I'm
it out.
coming after this kid right here. Who is that? Who is that? Trying to get that loot
The
right
good
there.
news is it looks like
I'm
those
aiming for you, bro.
third-party
Who is that?
players have
Stop trying to eat all the loot, bro. Landon, stop trying to eat all the loot,
Now
bro.
Pablo and Chino have to decide. They don't really have materials to run away.
No,
They have to
that
play
would
it slow.
actually
They already
be
lost
good
one of their
flip if
teammates,
I
but they
could
know they did a
that.
good amount of
I
damage.
blamed it. I hate
As
this
they're
game.
most likely just going to continue in shambles here.
Yeah.
Pablo will manage to
I'm
pick
changing my
up some
loadout. There's only
leftover
3
body
left.
loot. Those mats
Everybody
go a
knows.
long way for him right now. But they definitely do not want to overexpose themselves.
Oh,
They're
yo, what
willing
does that
to
mean?
wait it out. He has 2 med-miss grenades. They can definitely tank a
What?
little bit of storm. All they need is for these 2 other teams to
I'm doing
leave the
jetpack and we're all
area.
building up here. What do you mean?
And trying to recoup what they've lost. It's certainly a big blow. It's got to be something that Vanya, Venetius, and Pixie are keeping eyes out for in that elimination feed. But Chino and Pablo, they just have to focus on their own game. They don't have time to think about anything else. And Yanis is going to be the one who actually takes out.
I'm gonna be on my 10 kill streak.
Strokey still trying to completely cut off Pablo and Chino from leaving.
Who on earth
You
is
know, Vanya's
Pablo,
was
bro?
licking their lips when they saw on the elim feed that Fordoxy.
I actually kind of want to watch the FNCS, but I have
Not
to
in a good
fight.
situation at all, but hey,
Hey,
they're on their feet,
this
so
FNCS
still
thing was like
possible. They're in
2
the
days
zone
ago.
too. It's not pulling incredibly far, but it's definitely
Pablo
gonna
888.
have to be a
KP
turnaround if they want to
Tweezy, I'm
get a
on
big
your
game from
team.
this.
I'm
Meanwhile,
on your
you look
team.
at Vanya, Pixie, and
KP
Marius.
Marius Cow.
And they're
It's
just
Marius Cow.
going with the
It's
flow,
Marius Cow.
same as the previous matches.
But they're alive
I'm on
and
your
well.
team.
They're not just alive.
Wait, you're on my
From
team?
Pablo. And even
Landon,
with
you
Cross
suck,
having
bro.
cleared out a little bit, They still have to invest so much time. Just
Landon, why are we trying to
reframing hills.
knock him
Pixie
down?
Mania and Marius, on the other hand, though, max material,
Get up here, get up
optimal
here.
loadouts for the most part to carry them through these mid-game rotates, and wasting no time whatsoever at Foxy Floodgate. They're taking over. A little bit of elevation on the mountain range. Got Cammy in their sights.
Ew.
Not fully committing one way or the other. They're gonna sit around and wait to see who actually comes their way.
Yeah, I don't sit. Wait.
Thomas HD, from not qualifying to the finals, now being in that contention, the fight for top 7 and a spot at the Global Championship, currently being in 9th place, so they are not in qualifying range, meaning they need a solid match here. And kind of gotta hope that the trios above them don't perform too well.
I like this morning.
This is just so big, though, for Panzer and Upple.
Hey, yo, she said it's big.
Panzer and Upple took big risks. They left their former trios that
Man, I wish
done
we-
decently in the last major to
Ooh, ooh.
take a chance on each other and Thomas and see, is this going to be a winning trio? Are we going to be the Blade of Champions caliber that individually everyone would look at them and say, yeah, they've got the potential, but to find themselves just outside of that global championship qualifying range even, it would be devastating.
I think I like this morning.
Last season.
I can't hear
And
when
I love seeing Demus Pix and Darm here picking up eliminations. I mean, yesterday, they only made top 15 in
This game is underrated.
and today, they're
don't
looking
like
almost
the
as
game
consistent
because
as Malibu
like,
were in day one.
I
They've
like
made
it,
top
but like the
6
thing I don't
every
like about it is
single
you can
game
only
today.
have blue
I
weapons.
mean, talk about a comeback. They weren't even
Yeah,
very close to qualifying range of the
No
Global Championship, and now they're set
legendaries.
comfortably in 6th place.
Just go, we
So all they
won.
have to do is have a decent
Big
performance
Darm,
here.
Big Darm. Look at, guys, look at Big Darm right here. Big Darm right there. It's the Big Darm.
Now in Major 2,
I'm gonna watch
themselves
FNCS.
for the Global Championship.
No, wait, it's Vico. It's Vico, Flixie, and Vino. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I really want you guys to win FNCS. This is the person I'm betting money on, bro. I love this guy.
But Tie Drop really got
Come on, bro.
Is it over? Is there another
Vico,
match?
Vico, come on, bro. Vico, come on, bro. You're him, bro. You're Vico. It's
Is
Vico,
there
bro.
another match?
But oh wait.
Yeah, we just started. What do you mean?
Vika and Veno
I'm
have
not
yet
in
to
the match.
find
Oh,
their first elimination.
Oh,
in
me
comparison to the
and same
Danes,
team again.
carrying 8 of them.
wait, what? I think I found an underground
Moment
bunker.
that he fixates. He just has to worry about the team
Oh,
approaching
I
from
think I found a
behind.
bunker, no way.
His team.
Me and DCX here are on the same team.
And what looked like a promising collapse now.
I just gotta level up.
Been turned on their heads.
Well, hold up. You're gonna kill me. Yep. I was low HP.
From Eye Drop's team here.
I'm so close.
We've already got
I gotta
Eye Drop.
level up, and I'm
Just waiting to
close
see if they can get the other two. Probably aware of the fact that
This
the double
game
revives
gives me
going off.
so much
There's like a free playoff.
It's just the most game I can do.
Bro, I'm the go with the Vulcanized sniper. It's probably it's my favorite sniper in the whole entire club.
Only Nico left
I love it.
standing. Giants roll. They are going to opt to go the other direction,
I came out of nowhere.
trying to hunt out where Vico is located.
Gotta be a smile on their face.
Well,
The trio that turned
wait.
their tournament upside
Wait,
down.
we're both tied. How are you in
Eliminating
first
them in the
place?
last match. They are the trio that is directly above them on the leaderboard as
Well, we are.
After those eliminations,
I don't get it.
the spot from them, pushed
Math
themselves
is
into
weird.
third place. And with Vico
Math
alone,
is so weird, bro.
just to pray that they don't find him here.
I don't get it. Where are you, bro?
And he is
Yes.
running on fumes. Even with surviving all of that mayhem, it
We're on
doesn't
your side,
necessarily mean that they'll be able to convert that into even a decent position. This is real
I hear
tough
footsteps.
for Veno.
Yeah, because he's right
He's
there.
gonna do what he can.
Oh, I
Now, I'd
almost
love to see
clipped it.
Prodoxy, Chino, and Pablo back
No,
in
I-
the
I'm gonna
game.
click
Levin
his.
set it up perfectly, but I want to reiterate. I mean, Prodoxy
Alright,
was able to make the
Come
finals last season.
After-
Not a single player on the trio
What?
has won FNCS. Pablo Wingo Pablo Wingu, sorry, longtime competitor in the Fortnite space alongside that kind of young talent Chino. For Doxy is
I
been
still
around
see your
for a good amount of
patterns
time as well,
entering.
but they haven't kind of had the
What is
respect
this?
to
Win in the
win a whole major.
FNCS
You know, they'll
game.
be on these lists, but they're not going to be the clear winners. So seeing them ahead now.
You know, Flix was in first place in FNCS Grand Final, and then Peterbot griefed him. So Peterbot got first and Flix got second. That was his only chance to win FNCS Grand. Peterbot ruined it by griefing him. That's sad. I feel bad for
Somehow managed to get into the next zone, Takata. They are going to be threatened
yeah,
by
he's
that storm sickness.
I think
I would imagine.
like I don't know. There's more pros that are better than Peterbot, but and then they just go like, oh my god, Peterbot's way better. Bro,
Not so that they're going to be able to bring back.
there's some clips where it does look like Peterbot is cheating though.
They might have all been able to make it out of Canyon
There's some
Crossing.
clips that look like Peterbot is cheating though.
Coming out
Like,
of the tunnel and
I don't know.
teams sat waiting.
I feel like Peterbot's cheating, but not cheating at the same time. I just feel like he's kind of good.
Well, they will get the double revive off onto
Hunter.
Foxy. Just again another team that is likely going to encounter some storm sickness issues.
No.
Yeah.
And that could definitely impact the way that they
How to
rotate.
play better, yeah?
That med mist has been a lifesaver, though.
Bro, this game's a go.
They will be able to make it back
I
in,
thought you
but
said it was kind of bad because it only has rare weapons.
that's just the start here.
Yeah, but
They're not in the
still,
best
I love
position.
it.
I mean, they are on
Me
good
too,
offensive
but I
side,
mean, like,
there is that trio right directly
it's
above them.
good. It's really good. I enjoy
They've done
playing
enough
it.
damage.
I like
Now
playing
they're
it
Bro, I
like
might
it.
play this
Their
forever
shields,
because it gives me
only
so
a
much
couple
XP.
minis for
More
Chino.
than normal
Because for
battle
Doxy didn't
royale.
even have any in his loadout.
What's up?
They're just trying to avoid all fights. They have zero interest in an engagement just yet. Maybe they can turn around and spray a team.
How on earth did you die?
Than them.
And like you said, you have money coming. How are
It's
you
the
gonna
last
be
thing you
able
want to
to
see when you are only 6 points ahead on the leaderboard. But Vanya
You know
is
those
just
boxes
barely
filled
going to be
with
able to
V-Bucks
reunite
and
with this
Fortnite
trio,
merch?
water sprites, every form of a healing resource. Not gonna be
Same, I got an
dropped.
epic too. I got an epic.
Wait, there's
That
chests on
Vanya's
this
hungry
one?
enough to fight if need
I got
be.
an epic hunting rifle.
Scary scenes. You can almost feel your heart stop for them, but Pixie, Marias, Vanya,
Epic.
definitely got materials. But it is very difficult because the zone has pulled deep into Mass Meadows. And Pixie's just trying to get an overview, some shots back. Trying to cut off teams that are looking to make their approach to their current building.
You know they got to be hoping for that RNG. They've set themselves up for the chance of getting a good pull. They have vision on the whole
Oh,
lobby.
I've got a legendary
Marius and Pixie looking to see if they can claim
Cobra
their first
DMR.
FNCS win. Marius was on the come up recently.
I have a
especially on
legendary
socials, you know.
Cobra
This
DMR.
young fracking talent now.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get this
closer and
chest.
closer to taking
Oh, I got an
home.
epic
FNCS is for Doxy,
model
gets knocked
paper
down and fully
SMG.
eliminated. Pablo needs to hit some big shots here. It's on to Savage. Also no shield to work with. It's
Savage?
everything
Wait,
for this
Mr.
trio right
Savage?
now. They cannot
As in
afford
Mr.
to go
Savage?
down, especially with the position that Vanya and his trio have.
My mic
And now
actually
they're just
going
left
too
as a
low.
duo.
It doesn't matter what they want. What matters is what they need. They're 220.
Landon, bro. Landon, yo.
They can't afford to let Reason and Savage get away either. Pablo's gonna pick up what Savage and Reason had started. He's trying to chase after them. He knows that Savage has been split away from Reason, but Chino has fallen. It's only Pablo with 11 builds. This has got to be the craziest solo clutch. Getting the knock onto Reason will at least buy him a little bit of time. But from across the way in the buildings overhead, Pablo knows height is staring down at him. He's trying to make it into the building, trying to do whatever he can to stay up and running. He doesn't want to see that second place position end in second, but his team might not have a choice. He's barely managing to find some leftover goods here in Mass Meadows. But Pablo as a solo, knowing he has to deal with Vanya, Pixie, and Mattias, who are just way up above in the high ground. It is a night and day difference between what's going on with both of these trios in our final lobby.
literal polar opposites. The perfect primed up position you want to be in versus the absolute worst. Pablo has to find some sort of miracle. He got a good amount of damage, but now with the next Storm Surge tick, he is 155 below. Footsteps heard behind him. It's going to have to look for the elimination. One surprise pump could be enough. He sees the fight has started. It could be an opening for him to aggress here, but he's taking his time. Unfortunately, the shots from the back are going to bring him down to 61 HP. Unable to connect the initial pump, but he gets the AR.
That was me.
Just one more for the elimination. Pushes his way on into zone in desperation. He needs this elimination, but is going to ultimately go down. They are 2 points ahead of Vanya, Pixie, and Marius, but I mean, the only way that they don't end up retaking that spot is if they all three get shot down right now and even to fall damage.
Sickening feeling for Prodoxy's team, but for Marius and Pixie, they can't lose sight of what's practically been handed to them now by the lobby. They're trying to hold down this high ground. They've got the leverage. They know they're not that far, and they just need a little bit more. Just one elimination further. They've got so much damage. The surge threshold isn't their concern. It's just maintaining.
Save for the battle pass next season.
Yeah, I should wait until I get 100 V-Bucks.
These low ground spots.
From the battle pass.
Not a whole lot
Then I'll get
being
by the
given
battle
to
pass.
them, with height just bearing over the lobby.
Look, the lead for first place is significant, but the lead for qualifying to the global championships is incredibly close.
Go back to your mama said.
Being on that qualifying threshold, Cami, Seti, the ones directly below them, they are literally the cutoffs to qualify, and they're going head to head.
59 minutes, so I
Cannot
want
go
to
down
go
so
get
early
some
if
more
they want to
kills.
maintain their spot, and they want to qualify. They have to focus up.
But Darm, he can't get the layer swap off. He's got Seti, Hardy, and Cammy preventing
You
him from
are.
doing so. Seti, Cammy, they just want frontside low. They're going to actually beat Big Storm and Demas to the punch, and Big Storm Demas is now going to get caught up with Srap, Tripper.
Hey, boss.
They might have the advantage. They're definitely willing to duke it out in the low ground, but things are getting messy here as Seti, Cammy, Hardy, they've managed to go completely unscathed into this frontside low position. They don't want to allow, they're tarping so much space. All of these builds belonging to them is going to make it so difficult for other teams to try and challenge. All the while, Pixie, Marius, and Vanya open season from above.
They're doing a great job holding on to high, but I got my eyes on Thomas HD, Opal, and Panzer. They were 9th place going into this match. They are not in qualifying range.
I'm just
Their
emoting,
opponents
because I already know it.
Yes.
They need a victory.
Oh, we win.
If they want to secure their
We win. We take the dub again. We take the dub again.
They know high ground has taken shots. This could be an opening for them to retake it.
Thomas even gonna opt to just try
Guys,
out
follow
high
me.
fully if he can get his hands on it. Marius, Pixie, Vanya, though they know
I call with
that they're under a little
Xavier.
bit of heavy fire. They're checking back onto the secondary height. Pixie gonna drop. Pixie wants to find the challenges in the mid ground. Doesn't want to allow for secondary height to look for that opportunity for a clean chop out. But Thomas, head on a swivel, just continuously looking up. Not gonna let it go for free. Eats a huge chunk of damage. Though he'll be forced
already
to play
honest.
the chug jug now. He's gonna wait. But Pixie, Vanya, they're the only two left standing.
I know.
Pixie gonna be dropped. Vanya finds an elimination onto Cammy. He's just grabbing
is
the
this
body
map?
wherever possible.
What
but he
chapter
won't be
was
able to
this
get the
map
closing
made
shot.
in?
Pixie and Marius have done enough with their current positioning on the leaderboard to cut
There's
it,
no
even with Vanya being eliminated. Now
Wait,
it's
I
down
found
to
a
Thomas,
legendary
Opal,
hand
Panzer.
cannon,
Can
no
he
way.
qualify to the global championship?
This match
I'm
is
dominating.
crucial. They
Everybody's
need the
dead.
victory royale. It was
They're dead.
Storm, Demas, Pix.
I'm winning
They're
this
the ones
match.
above them,
Be
holding
worse than the
the
Mr. Evil guy. Me is worse, said the Mr. Super Evil guy. Little did he know about.
They have done it.
Fair.
The victory royale. The question is it
What could be worse than the Mr. Evil guy? Me is worse, said the Mr. Super Evil guy. Little did he know about.
Incredibly well.
Larry.
Is it going to be enough to push themselves into that top 7?
Everything is
Brandon, why didn't you
upon
go on
this
the other
game
guy's
of
team?
performance, but Thomas, Opal, and Panzer have
Why didn't you go on LSL, buddy? LSL, buddy.
And this is the most
LSL.
optimal time to have found it, Takata. They needed every single point they could possibly get, and they got a good amount of eliminations to go with the win.
I know they're still stressing about it. When you see that the top
You
two
can switch
team is
teams,
gonna be
right?
the one that was
After, like,
already
you
above
die.
you in qualifying range, it has got to be stressful. But today, yesterday, this whole FNCS has been
I feel like he's in a
of
push,
emotions.
but
But
I
that
don't
concludes
think he
it
is.
for Taco and I here in the
Where are
casting
you?
booth. But we still have more to break down. So let's
We
head
need
on
to
over
find out where he
Frankie,
is.
Levin, and Minnie.
He's not gonna just tell us.
Well, it is a great honor to reveal your FNCS Europe Major 2 champions.
Champions!
It's Marius, Pixie, and Vanya.
Let's go.
Marius Cal,
Wow.
just
Doing
one
it for Denmark, for
FNCS.
Ukraine, and Sweden. This is a European trio for the ages. Vanya, the only previous champion on this team. The first LAN that we'll be seeing Marius attend. And I mean, I just have high hopes for these guys, seeing on the high ground time after time again. Levin, they really deserve this.
Wait, he's gonna compete at
Marius,
LAN.
sorry, for Vanya.
This guy's gonna
Marius
compete at
finally getting
LAN.
it done for Denmark. I mean, look. Denmark
Marius
has been
Cal.
the best regions, if not
No
the
way,
best
bro. He's
country
gonna
in
compete at
European
LAN,
Fortnite.
bro.
When you look at their populations and how successful they've been, the most second places of any country in all of Europe, and they finally get it done, and it is Marius to do it, Minnie.
Yeah, he's finally sort of grown into the big shoes that everyone has placed for this man here, and he's always had that
Okay,
hype around him,
Ben,
Marius. He's always
yeah.
had that ability,
What?
but it was just about doing it in the big moments, the big clutch situations, and that's exactly what he has done today.
I'm the
and
best player on
yesterday
the
as well.
team.
We have to mention Pixie as well. Every single member of this trio, what a performance from each individual right there. An individual FNCS winning performance all smashed together into a trio to just come up with an amazing performance over the 2 days. This is a team that we've spoken about. You spoke
Alright,
about it.
fine, only pump shotguns, only pump shotguns. My children off the air, but only pump shotguns. Only pump shotguns, chat. Only pump shotguns. Wait, do it. Alright, fine. No, don't do only pump shotguns, but Landon, go easy on him, okay?
I'm glad you
Because I don't want to do only pump shotguns, because I actually have a good loadout, but just go easy on him.
almost felt very
Go easy, go easy. Let's go easy. Let's go easy.
fantastic player, one of the best fraggers in the region.
Easy, easy. We're gonna go easy on you. But I don't wanna,
Playing with
I don't really wanna just do pump shots.
What's up, buddy? Why did you join our
to get to play with legends like Queasy and Benno.
Wait, why do you join the team now?
And when that trio
Bro.
up and Queasy and Benno decided we don't want to play with each other, it sort of left Pixie in a bad position for options, not by any fault of his own. He was amazing in that trio. And so I was really hoping he'd find a good team to land on. He got there with
Alright,
Vanya
fine,
and
bro.
Marius.
I'll go on a
He
different
was
team.
last season.
Landon, you go on his
To
team.
finally have that FNCS
Kill me.
win next to his name. I am over the moon for him, overjoyed for him. Marius and Pixie, two of the best young stars we've seen in
I'm not
Fortnite
good.
over the past year. And to see them pick up an FNCS
I'm
win
gonna
is
kill-
just a sign of this new era of EU competitive
Alright, yeah.
right now.
Landon, Diane join his team. Wait, how's that gonna work? I need to join a different team. Hold up.
What Thomas getting a victory royale potentially means for this league because he really needed a huge game. And
Wait, can both of you guys die and like join the same team on each other?
But we still got to wait to see if it's going to be enough. Do you think it is?
Well, they've done all they can, right? You know, you've won the last game. We saw Apple going down on spawn early on in
Guys,
the game.
just
They picked
build
the
up
pieces
and
from
fall.
there, and overall, they've had their ups and downs, this team. They were looking strong after day one. Day number two, not so good for this team, but
I
the end
can't
to day
because
number two
all
has
my
been absolutely
building
spectacular. Thomas in particular, Levin, the way that
Alright,
he's been able to
Landon,
play
come
this
up here. I'm
season,
gonna
proves that he
build.
belongs in
Alright,
these
Landon.
major finals
Landon,
and doing
come here.
so
I'm gonna
much
build
damage
up.
with
I'm gonna
that-
build
with,
up.
the drum gun just being a force to be reckoned with for the whole lobby. This has been a trio to watch, and I really hope they make it to globals.
Well, why don't we take a look and find out?
Why do we have to die?
Is ready, lads. Look at that top seven.
That is not Ninja, bro. What do you
Beating
mean?
out Thomas, Uppel, and Panzer to the top spot. Tayson has had just the most phenomenal day, Levin.
Ninja or
It's
Mr.
surprising to
Savage?
see Thomas just pipped to the post by a devastatingly small number of points.
Wait,
but
Mr.
consistency won out in the
Savage?
end.
Wow. Looking at these teams.
Hold up,
I'm
he's
editing
gonna-
myself
in,
down.
this
Everybody,
is unbelievable.
Stand
Unreal.
where I
Of
am
course,
standing.
you have to look at Chino, Pablo, and Fredoxy. Commiserations to these three because they have put on an absolute
Yeah,
show.
he played FNCS.
I don't think
Guys,
anybody had them on their radar as a team.
Landon, go on a different team. Landon, go on a different team.
Come game 12. Yes,
But I'm by myself now.
fell apart
I'm
in
Lance.
that last
I know,
season,
I know, but LSL buddy, kill, like jump off like when you're building, and then go on Landon's teams. So, because I'm the best player in this lobby, so it wouldn't be fair, like, if I,
the couple of years that they have
you
had.
know.
For Chino as well to be vindicated of his decision, right? You know, myself and many other
You have to
people
build and jump off.
of him when
Wait,
he
can I
decided
shoot
he
you
didn't wanna
down?
play with Pink and Nebs last season, and now he has proved every single one of us wrong because this team clicked and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, going into this weekend, they did a prediction. Prodoxy did a grand finals prediction.
Top
They
low.
picked themselves to place between 16th and 25th. So not only did they take us by surprise, they
Alright,
took
tell me when you
themselves
guys are-
by surprise as to not only having that
Where are
draft
you
spot
at,
contested, but
Xavier?
as we talked about before, making the absolute most of it. And they've been an absolute menace to the lobby as well. The ability to take these fights, have that confidence, then carry that confidence into endgame as well.
I
The
dominate
consistency
this
was
still.
unmatched all weekend. They didn't need a load of wins to do well. They needed
I'm gonna
consistency,
still
and they
dominate.
found it so often.
Yeah, look,
Dominated.
it's not the ending
Dominated.
we wanted to have going into the
I
last
didn't see
game.
you.
But it is funny because before game 12, Fredoxy actually tweeted saying, no matter what, it's a one-time FNCS.
I'm
You know, so a
dominating.
bit of camaraderie amongst the national men, and I'm glad that they can maybe find a bit of a silver lining because you're right, I don't think they would have
Yeah,
expected to have the weekend they've had. Looking at some of these other teams who have made their way in and had great performances, we have to talk about Pix, Dom, and Dimash. Look, of course, Vanya, Pixie, Marius, they won FNCS today. But the best team on day 2 has been Pix, Dom, and Dimash. They were nowhere near getting third going into today. And they have been scintillating every single game. And they've secured their spot for the Global Championships. They've improved on their placement from last season, which many people might not even thought was going to be a possibility after how well they did last season. This
I
team
spawned
is
with it. What
not
do you
just a
mean?
real deal. This team is now our best Polish team. This is when you're looking at Polish.
If you kill me, you can get it.
Final. These are the three
So how about you come and kill me?
Absolutely. They haven't placed outside of 6th today. That has been their day. That's how monumentous their day 2 has been. And what it has
What do you
to be
mean,
to
guys? You
qualify
got-
them
I'm
into
literally-
the global championships.
What
And
do you
I really
have?
cannot wait to see what these guys do on LAN. I can't wait because every single time there's been questions asked of them, getting into their first major finals last season, placing 5th, setting that record, whatever the likes of prizes, whatever these guys are put on that pedestal of, right, let's see what these guys can do. How can they perform? How are they going to fare? They always deliver, it seems like, and I can't wait to see them under those bright lights.
It's really refreshing as well to see the maturity in this team already between Majors 1 and 2. Major 1, they were the team that had no fear, they were just going to frag, they were not going to respect the opposition, and now actually we've seen them decide to balance their game out a bit, and actually finding that respecting their elders, or the more experienced trios, has really paid off for them. Can't wait to see how they fare in line, can't wait to see how they fare in Major number 3. So let's just check out those trios who will be heading to Leon in September. These are your qualified trios. We still have a few more spots up for grabs in Major 3, but all fantastic names, mini minors so far. You can see the qualified in Major 1 including across the regions, and we've still got some spots up for grabs in regions such as Brazil and North America.
I won.
Still so much up for grabs right here. I want to add Tayson as well. The astronomic rise of that team as well. The way that they've been able to play. They switched up the drops as well. Evan
Landon, join his team. Landon, join his team, bro.
And their day 2 has been excellent as well.
I'm going in team 5. Team 5. I'm going in team.
At least I don't think so.
Bro, that is not Mr. Savage, bro. That's Mini.
Feels like is that our EU
Mini
is
minor.
finished? Is
How
he done,
can
right? And you know he went over to
That is
couldn't
not
get the job done
Mr.
there.
Savage.
Finally, he's got himself a team, you know, filled with Balkan players where things seem to have figured themselves out. Tayson will be back
Yeah.
online and up.
But I like this game. It gives you so much XP. Like, it's an XP beast.
Yeah, but just leave, because I kind of want to play better dance, but it's actually fun. You heard me? It's fun. It's fun for me.
My mom died. I was left with her skin.
Careful.
How is that gonna go viral?
Are we still streaming? Fans, are we streaming?